Hey guys, so today I'm going to be continuing on my series of like how to start social media and all that good stuff, and today I'm going to do equipment. I know on my last video I had asked everyone like what one I should do next, equipment or money, and everyone said money, and so I was going to do that, but then my boyfriend pointed out that like everyone probably just wants to know money because that's the more interesting topic, but like, you know, truthfully most of you guys aren't at that point yet where you need to be concerned with like contracts and how much you should be getting paid and stuff like that, so it doesn't really matter. So the equipment really should be first. If you have like a bigger-ish account, you know, I don't know, 15, 20K plus, and you're getting offers for things and you don't know how to charge and you're completely lost, DM me, I'll help you. Really, everyone I think was just kind of wanting to know like how much I'm getting paid, and like I'm not going to be telling you guys that. I'm going to be telling you like what you should be getting paid and like the considerations you guys should be taking when a company approaches you, and talking about a lot of other more just like backside stuff with like money and like promotions and all that kind of stuff. So if that's what you're waiting on, sorry, that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna just go out and be like, I get paid X amount. That's just not how it works. And that's also bad business for me. So it'll just be a lot more information and things to consider on the money thing, which will be next. So if that's what you're really concerned about, then I guess wait for that one. But today I'm going to be talking about equipment because everyone always asks me, you know, like I don't know what camera to buy, I don't know what background to buy, I don't know all this stuff. So I'm going to just get right into that. And I'm going to try not to make this a super long video like the last one. I'm hoping to aim this one about 10 to 15 minutes if possible. So, you know, of course when I talk about this stuff, I relate it to makeup, but realistically, if you're doing things other than makeup, then there's different things to consider. I think if you want to be like a comedian, or you want to do like skits, or you want to do like food videos, I think that you probably don't need some of the stuff I'm going to mention, because for that stuff people are there for like, you know, people to laugh and stuff. There you shouldn't really need a background and stuff like that. So just really think about like what you need and what you see other people having in relation to what you do. But I'm gonna kind of relate this all to makeup. Starting out, everyone, you know, like I know people ask me, you know, I don't have a lot of money, you know, what can I do to kind of get set up? So I would say if you don't have a lot of money, kind of starting off, and then we'll like build up to like if you do have more money and like you do want to kind of upgrade your equipment. If you don't have a lot of money, I would say use your phone to start recording, and use the back of it. Do not use the front. I know it's tempting to use the front. I know it seems a lot easier to use the front, but you need to use the back of it. You can buy on Amazon, and I'm gonna link everything I talk about below in the description box. Again, affiliate links, if you don't want to click on them, that's fine. I appreciate if you support me. If not, then just search it in Amazon or wherever. I would say get one of those little, I wish I had one to show you guys, but it's like a tripod, and it like has like, you know, it has the legs, and they're like kind of look like bubbles, and you can like mold them and kind of set them on things. You guys know what I mean? So if you're really trying to keep it on budget, if not, I would just suggest you get like an actual tripod, because it really helps with like the length, especially if you're sitting down or you don't have a table in front of you. And if you, again, really just don't have any money, I would say use natural lighting if you can. I did, when I first started, have like sort of a makeshift ring light. It was like it was more like a camping light, I think it was. I ordered it from like eBay. It took like 2 weeks to get here. It was like just a bunch of little itty LEDs. I don't know. You can kind of just like makeshift your own thing with like camping lights, or, you know, I don't know, like a mini ring light from your phone if you're using your phone, just something for lighting. But if not, natural light is perfectly fine. You just have to catch it, you know, and then try to pay attention to your camera and kind of make sure that the tone isn't changing too much, because that can happen a lot with natural lighting, with moving with the clouds. And then also I would say kind of try to use some, if you're doing beauty videos, I would say you need a background, unless your background is your vanity or like a bedroom and it's very neat and it's very pretty. I have a background because what's just behind me is like a closet and it's not pretty. I think it is important with beauty videos, or, you know, just even film kind of with a wall behind you, just something that's not going to distract from what you're doing. You know, I use like blankets and stuff too, kind of at first, you know, sheets, just anything can really be used if you can hang it with some not bobby pins, with some push pins and just that kind of thing. You know, you can really just makeshift everything. you know, just kind of do it the best you can. You know, make sure you're doing it when lighting is good and your camera. Make sure you're using the back of your phone. And then I'm gonna kind of go on to what my setup is. And this, I would say my setup's like an intermediate setup. I really don't have like a super elaborate setup like a lot of people have. So the camera that I use is the Sony a5100, and this one I think is so bomb. I bought it from Amazon. I think it said like 2-ish years ago, because I bought it before I was even like dedicated to doing this, but I never used it ever until I actually like started. I actually did it with my phone for a long time, even though I had this camera. And this camera has lasted me. I've dropped it so many times and it's never broken. It's been very durable. The only thing that kind of sucks is the battery, but that's my fault because I literally film continuously for like all day whenever I film, because I do, you know, my makeup tutorials for like Instagram, and then I come and film YouTube videos, and it's just a lot. So I would say that if you're gonna get a camera, also get a spare battery. That way you can have one charging while you're filming, and then if this dies, then you can switch it out, which is what I just ordered. Barely. I ordered another battery like a couple days ago. But I mean, if you're just doing one video, the battery is completely fine. There's nothing really wrong with that. It's just that I'm dumb about it. And I'm gonna show you guys too, with like behind like the background and that kind of stuff when I talk about it. But just for right now, the camera. And then I also have a ring light, and I think I got it from Amazon. I don't really remember. I couldn't find it. I couldn't go back that far in like my my orders on Amazon. And I use a 18-inch ring light because I feel like it gives a lot more of like a softer lighting opposed to like a smaller ring light, which I also have. I think I have a 12 or 14-inch one as well, and I feel like that one's just a lot harsher, especially if you're doing if you're doing makeup videos. You don't want a bunch of really harsh light on your face. And so I use a ring light, and I have like a soft, I have like a little thing on top to make it not so harsh. And then I also use two umbrella lamp type things. I don't think these are technically soft boxes, but two umbrella type ones as well, because I like the light from here in all angles. That way it gives like a nice effect on my background, and also it doesn't just have one light source, so there's not a bunch of shadow, even though there is a tiny bit behind me. I think that my background looks good with it, and then also with like this kind of stuff, I did want to touch on. So the thing with the umbrella lights and the ring light, I didn't know this until I got all of my equipment, but like a lot of the times, like the ring lights don't come with a stand, and it's not just any normal stand. It's like a special type of stand. It's not just like a regular tripod, and those usually go for like really high tech or really expensive, I don't know the word for it, you know what I'm trying to say, you know, the upper there cameras, and then things like ring lights and soft boxes, and also background stands. It all uses the certain type of stand. It's not a tripod. So make sure if you're ordering a ring light, don't just order the ring light. Make sure it comes with a stand, or also buy a stand. Usually the stands are universal and they'll fit into it. But that's why I usually suggest buying a kit besides the ring light, you know, the background and also the umbrella lights that all come with it, because you will probably have like an extra 1 or 2 stands, which then you can use for your ring light, or you can use for your umbrella lamps, and you don't have to worry about all that different kind of stuff. I'm gonna show you guys like my setup and kind of talk about it a little bit. So I'm gonna take my camera. So this is my setup. So I sit here, I have my background here, one umbrella light, ring light, and another umbrella light. So this background consists of 2 of these stands, and it's the same stands that go on all of the ring lights and the umbrella light, and then about 2 bars up here that connect to each other. And then I have normal backgrounds will come with kind of like a hole, kind of like a curtain here to hang on them. I kind of have my gold background just up with clamps right now, that way I can take it off and use the white if I want to. And right now I think this is perfect for me. I would like to get another camera soon, but the high-end cameras are so expensive. So that's just kind of my setup, and this works pretty good for me. I would like to get a new camera soon, but that's kind of not in the budget for right now. With all the stuff for my setup, I think everything comes to about $1,000 that I've spent. You know, the ring light was about $100, the backgrounds with the umbrella lamps, that whole like kind of kit, I think was about $200, and then my camera was $600, I think. And that's not counting like if you have this type of background, I recommend you get extra clamps, just because whatever they send you, like you get with it, isn't gonna suffice. You know, not counting like the tripod and stuff, just because those are like kind of small expenses, but like they do count. It just doesn't really quite matter as much because they're a little smaller. So I would say a little over $1,000, which I think is kind of reasonable for just kind of my setup and what I have. It works pretty well for me. I think I would just want to improve with probably more lights and a better camera. You can see my very first video I did, like a lip swatch video, and that one was filmed with my friend's Canon 70D, and that one was so much better quality. It looked so good, but I gave her that back once I got mine. So if you can see, like, that's so much better quality. So I'd like to get one of those. So that's kind of just what I have and what works for me. And that's if you are gonna do beauty videos and you are really dedicated to it, I would recommend about this setup. If you're not like sure, I don't think you should spend much money at the beginning. I don't think you need to, especially starting out. If you can just make some good content, I don't think that you'll need everything to start off right away. If you have just kind of money to spend on it, I would say get a Canon 80D, just because that is such a that is such a good camera, and if I had the option, that's what I would get. And I'm pretty sure it films in like 4K, and it's such amazing quality. I think I would probably keep the rest of the stuff for the background and the extra lights the same. It's really just the big camera, and I mean, you could also get like a lot more different backgrounds. This background right here was $20, and the white background came also with another black background and a green screen in the kit, the background, you know, light kit. So I already had those. I just get extra backgrounds like this, and I had ordered another one because I wanted a white one, and then Amazon sent me Neutrogena lip balms instead. So I need to call about that because that wasn't my background. So yeah, I would say the background and all that kind of stuff is the same. I would just recommend getting a big enough one to do what you're filming, because I think mine can go up to like something crazy like 15 feet, but I choose it at about 6 because I just don't need that much room, because I can film, you know, I just need this area, at least a 6x9. You know, 6 being this way, 9 being this way. Anything smaller is going to be really difficult to work with because it doesn't seem like you need this much room. It's just different when it puts in perspective when you have to sit in front of it and you have to put it back behind you. If you want to do a lot of voiceovers, or you don't like the audio that the camera gives you, I have a it's a Razer. That Razer is the brand, and it's like a microphone, and you will use that one for some upcoming voiceovers, because that's a lot easier than doing it like on your phone for voiceovers, which you can also do, just like the voice memo. That's a lot easier to me to do the voiceover with. And also, if you're just like really concerned about audio, then also I recommend getting a better mic. Usually if you buy like a really high-end camera, sometimes that kind of just kit will come with it, so that's also something to consider. I'm just not there yet, so I can't give you quite as much info on that as I would like. But now I will head on to editing. For the longest time I used only iMovie to edit my videos, and I used it on my phone because I have a 6 Plus, and that it just came with it. David edits my YouTube videos now, and he uses Adobe Premiere Pro, which I notice is a lot better with being able to put things on the screen and just add different effects. But if you have a Mac, if you have a Mac, I recommend getting Final Cut Pro, because I know that is the best. We just don't have a Mac right now. If you haven't ever done any editing, I recommend starting with something simple, because I know it's taken David a lot of time to kind of warm up to Premiere Pro, and I didn't want to deal with it. But other than that, I don't really have any more advice on equipment. You know, you can go from really simple to really expensive and really intricate. It just really depends on what you want. You know, just determine how dedicated are you doing this, how much money do you want to spend. You know, if you're just doing this as a hobby, I would recommend just doing your phone, you know, using natural lighting, something like that. You know, maybe just get a tripod and film in front of a wall, or buy a $20 background, hang it up on your wall, or pin it up to the ceiling. You know, that's what I did. You know, if you're wanting to just make this your career and you're really dedicated, then, you know, go all out, get the nice camera, get the nice lighting, get you know, the fancy microphones and get all of that kind of stuff. So that is kind of all I have for you today. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to keep this video kind of short because I don't feel like I need to elaborate too much. I encourage you to do your own research and also like research within like what lighting is best for you, you know, like if you can find a better deal on a different website. But I just like to link everything from Amazon because it's so much easier for me to, and like that's pretty much where I just buy everything. You know, Amazon usually has the cheaper prices, and I like the Prime shipping, so that's just, and I also like the return policy, so that's just what I use, and that's what I like to link everything as, and so that way I can show you guys kind of exactly what I got. So thank you guys so much for watching. If this was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up, and then also subscribe if you want to see the next in the series or my other videos. I would really appreciate that, and see you guys later. Bye!